not reflect those of the Evening Rush Network. Viewers' discretion is advised.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Live by the Three Sports Podcast on the Evening Rush Network. This is Coach Matt checking in with my main man Tyler, and we got a special guest today, Zave. So we'll start with you because you're the guest. Introduce yourself and let the people know how you're doing.
My name's Zave. I'm doing good. I'm feeling good about this preseason game. We all been waiting for the kickoff of sports to happen. So today's a good day.
Okay. All right. TB, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I can't complain, man. Can't complain. Just got my green on. You know what I mean? It's a good day, like Dave said.
That like a sorority or something like that? But the R
sorority. I got you. Nah, it's a little fashion piece I got, but it's Jets green, so
Ralph Lauren? Polo hat? Okay.
Come on, you know how I do. They say my closet looks like the Kentucky Derby, but we'll save that for another podcast. We'll do that later. But TB, why don't you let the people know where they can catch us, follow the show, support the show on social media, streaming, all of that good stuff.
You can catch the show on all streaming networks, on the Fire Stick, on the Rush Network app. Instagram, you can catch us on Live by the Three. Cash App, Negro Swan.
There you go.
Catch us wherever we're streaming.
There we go. Yep. Please download the Evening Rush Network app. Catch up the other programming on the channel. A lot of good stuff. A lot of good entertainment to get you through your day, get you through your week, and please support everyone and continue to support us. We appreciate it. So let's dive right into it, fellas. Like we spoke about, Zave got the NFL backdrop on his on his what do you call that? On his background. So we know football season is here. We got the first preseason game today. We have the Jets, my squad, taking on the Cleveland Browns in Canton, Ohio for the Hall of Fame game. Got two Jets going into the Hall of Fame this year. Joe Klecko from the Sack Exchange back in the 80s, and my favorite Jet of all time, Darrelle Revis, Revis Island, going into the Hall of Fame. So we're getting our first NFL action this year. Y'all excited for this kickoff?
Man, I'm definitely excited for it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the Jets. I'm excited because this is always like when people are motivated. You know what I'm saying? Like a fresh new love. Whenever someone's in love, I'm always motivated by that. So I'm just happy that New York, the Jet fans, they all happy because throughout the year, around this time, it goes away. But
that takes a little while. Coach
Matt, you happy? I'm happy, my brother. It's all love.
You know what? I'm happy for right now, but I'm keeping my expectations tempered. I'm not jumping over the moon. I'm not making any crazy, predictions or anything like that. I'm happy where the squad is right now. We're undefeated, so that's a good thing. But I'm happy in the direction where we're going, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself and get my hopes too high because that's when things tend to come crashing down. So I'm gonna keep my expectations tempered for at least the near foreseeable future. So we got all AFC guys in here today, right? So we got TB, the Patriots, and we got Zave. It's my first time meeting you, but I hear you're a Patriots fan. It's my fault.
Man.
Raiders fan. I misspoke. A Raiders fan. So we got all AFC guys in here today. So that's peace. So we can jump in that. So we can talk about the AFC and how we think it's going to shake up. We got two AFC teams playing tonight, the AFC East representative and AFC North representative. So why don't we start there with the AFC East? We got you got the Jets, you got the Bills, you have the Dolphins, and you have the Patriots. So we got a Patriots fan in here. So Zave, you're the guest. So I'll start with you. How do you see that AFC East division shaking out?
Man, I talked about this with one of my boys. I thought, me personally, that the Dolphins was going to come out of that division. Just with the moves that they made, bringing in Jalen Ramsey. I thought that would be a good lockdown matchup between Ramsey and Diggs. And Bills Mafia, they run that division right now.
Right now, okay, I'll give you that.
Right, that's why I said right now. I definitely like the direction that the Jets took it last year with Sauce. Sauce can do the same thing that Ramsey do. So, I mean, you shut one receiver down, you got other receivers that should make plays, but then you got Xavier Howard. They still got Byron Jones with Miami?
I believe so. Yep, they believe so. Yep.
They got the young safety back there. So them boys, I mean, Nick, Bradley Chubbs. I was going to say Nick Chubbs. Yeah. Bradley Chubbs on the line. So they should make some noise. I mean,
they have a good team.
Team. I think if Tua would have stayed healthy, then they would have probably did better. But
that's to me, that's the X factor with the Dolphins. That's why, even though I think they have a good roster on paper, it's hard to pencil them in because Tua's health issues and and serious and his stuff is right, and his stuff is not even
obviously. Is he doing jiu-jitsu now? He picked up like 20 pounds.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm not hating on the Dolphins by any stretch of the imagination. I think they have a good team. Their fans are starting to get a little annoying, but other than that, they have a good team. But I will say this: Tua made a comment in the offseason that after everything that happened with the concussions this past season, that he considered retiring. And to me, I think once an athlete starts thinking about retiring, it shifts a little bit. So even not just him actually getting hurt again, obviously, which would be, not good. I wouldn't want to see that, even though they're a division rival.
He said he switched his helmet.
Right, exactly. But you get what I'm saying? Like once you start having those thoughts about, maybe I shouldn't do this, and you're worried about getting hurt and stuff like that. Like I feel like that can throw a player off a little bit.
He's never going to play to, I get you. I get what you're saying. He's never going to play to his full potential. Like,
right.
Doubting, himself getting hurt again. But you got plenty of players like Adrian Peterson. His first couple games back off that injury.
Yeah.
No, he nurtured it. And then everything after that was just balls to the wall. You know what I mean?
Sorry. So give me a prediction then. Just, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the AFC East.
I'm gonna say, as much as I want to say Miami, I'm gonna say the Bills. The Bills should take that division, just because. I mean, they're primed up. They just primed.
They have a good team.
I'll say them, Miami, the Jets, and who the hell is that fourth team in there? Oh, my bad, Tyler. Hey. No, all bullshit aside, I don't think Mac Jones is he ain't that dude, bro. He definitely ain't that dude. And if you look at what I don't understand about New England is why bring in Zeke Elliott if you got those two young dudes that was running hard last year?
I'll tell you why.
Running back by committee. That's how they do.
You already got a committee over there. You bringing it. They were just trying to bring in a name.
Nah, Zeke is good. Zeke will excel. They're gonna give him the rock.
Zeke is good. That's why he's gone from.
That ain't true. That ain't true.
Why is he gone there?
That's his politics, man.
I hear the hell out of that.
That's the case that Dak Prescott should be gone.
Hey, that's honestly, Pollard is that's an outside runner. Toss, counter, sweeps. He ain't running through the tackles. He ain't running through the guard and tackles.
Well, I'll say this: you want to know why I think that they're trying to get Zeke. Now, is it official? I know he visited, but did he sign?
No, he just visited him. He went to where he go? Where'd he go? Lunch, Tyler, with Mac Jones and sat next to him.
Yeah.
On some buddy stuff.
So I saw that picture too. It's like we don't know. Maybe the GM or whoever else, they went to the bathroom and that's why they have 4 people there or something.
That's cold how they blow it up, right?
Yeah, right, exactly. But let me say this though, to answer your question, from my personal opinion, I feel like the reason why they're trying to bring him in is because I don't know if I think Belichick's smart enough to know that he doesn't have a team good enough to win a Super Bowl. But I think he's just trying to get his win count up. So instead of winning 5-6 games a year, if he can bring in someone like Zeke Elliott and win like 8 or 9 a year, I think right now, and I think Tyler and I looked it up a few episodes ago of how many more wins he has to get to Don Shula to be number 1 all time. I think that's what he's chasing. Like, he knows he doesn't have a team good enough to win the Super Bowl, but I think he looks at it like, you know what, if I could average, say, like 8 wins over the next 3 seasons, I can pass Shula, and then he'll go off in the sunset. So that's my personal opinion as to why he tried to get a few more.
Do me a favor. Take your finger, right? Go to the bottom of the screen. There's a leave button right there. Just press that real hard. And just see what happens. What the hell are you talking about?
What did I say? I said.
Why would he be chasing wins?
I just said
he ain't got shit else to chase.
I mean, he don't even have to chase nobody. Why are you chasing rings? I mean, wins.
Because we looked it up. He's like 30 wins behind. He wants that record. He wants number 1 all-time wins.
How you know he wants that?
He's like 30 something behind Shula. Look how close he is. Why wouldn't he? He's like 30 something wins behind him.
Hey, that's like saying
we're talking about. Hold on a second. We're talking about.
That's like saying LeBron James ain't chasing Jordan rings.
No.
You got to chase him so you can.
No. We're talking about Belichick has 8 Super Bowl rings.
Absolutely.
The most. And you talking about he's chasing wins, and he already got 8 rings.
So why is it so? His team's not that good. So why didn't he retire then? If he already has the 8 Super Bowls, his team's not that good. Why not hang it up?
For what? Why do the Jets still play? I'm just saying, like, why? The Jets ain't never been that good. Why do they still play?
But he's in his 60s.
Okay, he's like, okay, but hold on a second. He's what? 1, 2, 3 years removed from being one of the top teams.
Yeah.
You rebuild and you keep it moving.
But is New England making moves like they're trying to rebuild? As a fan, you feel like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why? How? With what?
You got to believe in the Belichick, baby. We're gonna win the division. Y'all gonna come in 3rd. Miami gonna come in.
Is that 1 for the Browns?
Listen. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying this is my opinion. I'm not saying that he doesn't want to win another Super Bowl. I'm not saying he don't care. I'm not saying that. Of course, if he could win another one, he would. My personal opinion is, even if he doesn't have a team that's good enough to win a Super Bowl, I feel like he's at the point in his career where instead of hanging it up, because why else would you go through mediocre seasons with all that he's achieved? To me, the reason why is because he looks at it and says, yo, I only need like 30 more wins. So if I can get like 7 or 8 over the next 2-3 years, I'm number 1 all time in wins and Super Bowl rings. I'm unquestioned the best coach of all time.
So his motivation is wins, not that he loves the game. That's what you're saying?
Of course he loves the game, but he also likes to win.
Yeah, he does.
So, and he's also the GM. So what moves are they making either in the draft or in free agency to put them in a position to win? Why? Put it this way. Why didn't he go all in for Aaron Rodgers then? Why didn't he go all in for some of these other dudes? He's stuck with Mac Jones.
They don't fit the scheme, baby. Everything's about to see. It don't fit the scheme.
Okay.
Well,
I've never met the man, so I'm
going to ask you something about the Jets, though. I'm going to give you my picks. I got the
go ahead.
Patriots at 1. I got the Bills at 2. I got the Jets at 3, and I got Miami at 4.
Wow. Okay.
So my question.
That's controversial, but okay.
My question to you is, how do you feel about Aaron Rodgers, the way he's parading around town since he's been a Jet? Now, the second question to that, if he was, let's say, African American, so to speak, or a different type of player, and they was doing the exact same thing, do you think that type of stuff really be embraced?
But I don't think he didn't do anything like what
he ain't doing nothing wrong. But I'm just saying
Yeah.
he's always at games, and you know what I'm saying. He's always.
But that's what anytime any free agent comes to New York, they all regardless of who it is. When Alex Rodriguez, who's not white, got traded to the Yankees, he did it. And I'm trying to think of who else these other people, you know what I'm saying? But that's anybody, any big time player that comes to New York. That's what Rick Pitino. Now he's from New York, but Rick Pitino, he gets the job at St. John's. He's out there throwing out the first pitch at the Mets game. Like that's what you do when you come.
But that's
what everybody does.
So you're okay with how he's out on the streets?
I love it. I love it. But here's the reason why I love it, because not necessarily him being out there, but I like the fact that he's out there with the other dudes on the team. Like the narrative, I didn't know any outside of him being a player. I didn't know anything about Aaron Rodgers, and all I heard was, oh, he doesn't mess with teammates. He's on his own stuff. He does his own thing. He don't interact with dudes, especially the young ones. He's not gonna have time for them. He's not gonna spend no time with them. He's just gonna be on his own thing. And that's why when his name came up, I wasn't with it, because I was like, yo, we got a young team. If he's just gonna be on some Hollywood and not deal with these young dudes, it's not gonna work. He's done the complete opposit. He's going to Knicks games, but he's going with Sauce. He's going, you know what I'm saying? He's hanging out with these young dudes. Like he's with them. You know what I mean? Like, and not just about football. You know, he's talking to them. You know, they hanging out there. You know, they messing with what's the girls now, Jessica Alba, and they hanging. You know what I'm saying? Like he's in the mix, but he's bringing the young dudes with him. So to me, I love it. It's great. If he was just doing it by himself, then yeah, I wouldn't feel the same way. But the fact that he's going to Broadway shows and going to these games with the young players with him, I love it. I love it.
Do you think he learned that behavior from how he was treated his rookie year by Brett Favre? Being solo?
A little bit, but I also feel like he said it. He didn't say it in so many words, but he said it. He said that he said he realized that he didn't say exactly what it was, but he said he realized that he should have handled situations differently than when he was in Green Bay. Then, you know, so he's doing the stuff differently now. So he didn't come out and say it, but the narrative was when the new wide receivers would come in, you know, he wasn't really with it, so he wouldn't do OTAs. He wouldn't, you know, bring guys out to, you know, throw, you know, in the off season and stuff like that. He didn't really deal with them. He was just kind of like, you know, listen, just show up and do what you're supposed to do. And they said that was part of the reason why they struggled, was because he didn't build a rapport with the young dudes that came in, especially the wide receivers. So I think now he's realized, okay, if I'm going to come to this situation, I'm going to make it work. I have to do things differently. I have to engage with these guys. You know, I have to spend time with them. I have to get to know them. I have to joke around with them. Like they showed one clip of him. They was doing like some Call of Duty stuff, like running in and out of the meeting rooms with guns and like fake guns. But you know what I'm saying? Like they're running around like playing Call of Duty in the practice facility and stuff like that. Dude's 40 years old. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like
What does that mean? He's 40 years old. I feel
that the rest of these dudes is 22, 23 years old. That's what I'm saying. But that the narrative that they painted about him was that he was going to be the total opposite. Like he's not going to be silly. He's not going to interact with those dudes
like a Grinch.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they portrayed him. And the fact that he's doing the complete opposite, I love it. I love it. So, but you got the I mean, I'll be honest with you. Putting us where you put us, I mean, that is what it is. But the controversial thing you said is the Dolphins finishing last. That like you feel.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be that good this year.
Why you take that away from them?
What is it about you don't like?
I don't know. I just think they might be a little overhyped. You know, there's always that one team that has to fall off.
They had a dominant defense for the past last year, the year before. Like they always rode their defense.
And they haven't done anything. I mean, they got Jalen Ramsey. I don't know how hurt he is.
He had surgery.
Yeah, when he coming back?
They said they're hoping December.
So it's going to, you know. Yeah, I don't see them doing too well.
But without Ramsey, they did what they was able to do. The mother boys stepped up.
Yeah, but I don't know who they got as backup. Yeah, they ain't going.
I mean, you know, if we want to really talk about it, you know, the Bills, you know, everybody's picking them, but they seem to be having some interpersonal issues. So on paper, they got the talent, but they're saying Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs aren't necessarily feeling each other, and you know what I mean. Like it's they got
what's that beef about?
It was I don't know the ins and outs of it. I think they said it was something that happened in the playoffs. Where Diggs felt like he wasn't getting the ball, or Allen was making some mistakes out there, and then they started beefing on the field, and then it kind of frayed from there, and then they never really patched it up or whatever, and so they're saying he's not happy, and it's so yeah, on paper they have a good team, and they've been the best team in the division for the last few years, but it seems like they're not jiving right now for whatever reason. So
what's the backup receiver now? The second receiver is Davis
for the Dolphins.
No, the Bills.
Oh yeah, Gabe Davis.
I like Gabe Davis anyway. That's a big body.
He is, but yeah,
big fast body. So
he's Stephon Diggs though. All right, so I'll give my prediction real quick on the East. I'll go. You know what? I'm why be bashful? I'm going with my boys first. I'm going Jets 1.
Hesitating? Why did you hesitate?
Because I try to be realistic, but I try to be realistic, but I feel like I can. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna put my Jets number 1. I'm gonna go Dolphins 2, Bills 3, Patriots 4.
Yo, we might have to drug test you after this episode, man.
I mean, listen, it's early.
Dolphins 2 over the Bills.
I just feel like they got that bad. I just, I'm big on chemistry, man. I feel like if the vibes ain't right, even if it looks good on paper, if the vibes aren't right, you don't achieve at the level that you're supposed to. If the vibes aren't
with the quarterback that's contemplating retirement, you got them coming out.
That's true. Listen, you could flip flop them. I'm just doing that to be a little bit different. I don't think talent-wise there's that much different, and the Dolphins might be a little bit more talented and again, that's on paper. And yeah, is it more likely that Tua gets hurt than he doesn't get hurt? Probably. It's right. And that's sad to say. It's probably more likely he gets hurt than he doesn't, and misses games. But I'm not wishing it on him.
Is he going to be ready opening day?
Tua?
Yeah,
he ready now.
Yeah, they're saying. They say he's out there now. It's just you just don't know what's going. And obviously he can't get hit now. It's because they got the red jerseys on. But so okay. All right. So why don't we talk about the AFC North? They got the Browns playing right now. So you got the Browns. They loaded up. Deshaun Watson's back full strength. Now off suspension, no missing no games this year. You got the Browns. You got the Steelers. You got the Ravens. Lamar Jackson got his money. They added Odell Beckham. Still got a little bit of talent. He's not what he once was, but they added him. And then you have the Bengals. So it's what's how do y'all feel about that AFC North?
I'm going with the Bengals to win that division.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't. I like Lamar Jackson, but I wouldn't take. If it was like I told Tyler this. If it was like 3rd and 18, I'm not relying on that man to he gonna miss a wide open receiver and throw it out of bounds. Well, that's the team they have.
Oh, Lamar Jackson. Okay,
yeah, Lamar Jackson. He just ain't. He just ain't that dude. He ain't that dude to me. I like how he played, but he's more of a running back to me, if anything. A running back that has an arm on him. But like I say, it could be. I think Louisville, they crippled him with that type of offense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They didn't really.
Did they get a new? Am I wrong? Did they get a new offensive coordinator or a new head coach? Not a new head coach. I think they got a new offensive coordinator.
I think Harbaugh gonna let that ride though. His plays.
Yeah, that's true.
It's gonna be his plays. The OC just gonna call him. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I could be wrong. For some reason, I thought they might got a new OC. But I could be wrong. So what you got? 1, 2, 3, and 4. You said you got. I
like the Bengals 1. I like Pittsburgh 2. I like the Ravens 3, and the Browns last in that division.
Got them last?
I got them last. I don't think Deshaun Watson that dude he used to be when he.
But they got Nick Chubb too, so they got a good running game. He's a monster. He
definitely is a monster. But if you can load the box the right way and tackle him in the backfield before you get ahead of steam.
Listen, we didn't see it all last year, and you never know. Guys have a layoff and stuff like that. But I mean, Deshaun Watson when he was rocking and rolling, I mean, and he's good, man. He's good.
Rocking and rolling under the right OC, though. The offensive coordinator can change the game of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put him with. That's why I think, like I say, Lamar Jackson, Harbaugh, he like ground and pound, and that's all he gonna be.
Right.
He ain't gonna live up to his full potential because of that. But I think if you, like I say, you change the OC and let him actually call some passing plays and let him be a quarterback, and I guess you see who he is.
All right. Tyler, what you got, man? What you got?
I got Baltimore, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cleveland.
Okay. Damn, y'all killing Cleveland. Sheesh. Okay. All right. I'll go. I'll go. Well, see, this is something, and we'll talk about this. Joe Burrow, strained calf. They don't know how long he's going to be out for, and if he misses
several weeks, so
right?
So he can be playing week one.
If he even that, that one game in the division, that could be the difference between winning the division and not. So I'm gonna go Cleveland, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh.
Cleveland won?
No, I'll go Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Cincinnati, Baltimore. I mean,
Cleveland won?
Cleveland won, Cincinnati 2, Baltimore 3. What's that?
You're definitely getting drug tested after this episode.
So you like the run game then?
I mean, I just think that they have, they got Myles Garrett on the defensive side of the ball. I like Cincinnati is very good. I'm just thinking that they're very good, but we don't know how much time Burrow's, and we do know. And again, I'm just calf injuries are the ones that pop back up too. So you strain your calf one time and it's pretty bad. You're out for a little while. You rehab, you do all that stuff like that. But a calf injury, that's the type of stuff that lingers. So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he could be back out there, but then it could flare up back on him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this. With the offensive line that they created during the offseason, they made it stronger.
They had to. It was horrible, but they
So, I mean, obviously he can go under center, hand it off to Mixon. Mm-hmm. Or he can sit in the shotgun where he don't have to move on that calf.
Yeah.
So
but
smart OC is going to game plan around whatever's going on.
Yeah, but the problem is you can only do that for so much against good. At a certain point, them dudes got to. When you get deep, you got to stand up and deliver. Like he can't have a 200 yard. Once you start competing for the top, you can't throw for 200 yards. Like you got to beat Joe Burrow to win those games. You know what I mean? That's my only thing with that. All right, so we got one more. We got one more. We got the AFC West. So you got the Kansas City Chiefs. You have who we got? The Broncos. Who else is it? Chargers in the AFC?
Yeah, Chargers.
Chargers. Okay, and then who's the last team? Who am I missing?
Raiders.
The Gators.
Okay, your squad. All right, so you got Raiders, Chiefs, Chargers, and Broncos. So what we got?
I'm going Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders.
That sounds right. That sounds right. Zabe not feeling that, but that sounds right to me.
No, I mean that's real shit. I'm gonna go with. I say if it's me picking, I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I'm gonna go with the Chargers, Chiefs, Raiders, Broncos. Only because I stay in Denver, and I hate the AR after the game, bro. Like if they lose, the whole town is just sad.
Is that right?
They don't shut the hell up.
That's. I'll be honest with you. I lived in sidebar. I lived in Philly for 9 years, and that same thing that you said. That's how it is with the Eagles. Like when the Eagles lose, you could feel the depression in the city, just like walking around. Like I'll never forget. Like I was there when they lost. The Super Bowl actually wasn't that bad when they lost in the Super Bowl to the Patriots. The year before, when they lost in the NFC Championship game, I forget who it was. It might have been to the Packers, but I can't remember now who they lost to. But like you could walking around and driving around in the city, you could feel the depression in the city. Like they were hurt. Like the whole city, you could just see people walking with their heads down. The crazy thing of it, like it was unbelievable. So I can relate to that as far as seeing, people, they take it when their team loses. They can't take it.
Man.
They can't take it. So all right. So I think we touched everything. I'll do my prediction. I'll go Chiefs #1. I'll go I'll keep the same order. Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos too. I mean, Sean Payton's a good coach, but I don't know. Chiefs. I mean, he won. He's a Super Bowl. He won a Super Bowl. You can't be a not good. I'm not saying he's the greatest of all time, but
my thing with that, like I got into an argument the other day. I think Sean Payton, if you look at the numbers, they decent, but Russell Wilson ain't a field general like Drew Brees was.
Right.
So if you got an elite quarterback, are you really coaching, or are you calling plays and they're making the reads and checking off?
But people didn't think Drew Brees was, and I'm not, on Sean Payton, I'm not gassing him, but I'm just saying people didn't think Drew Brees was who he was until it wasn't like Drew Brees was like he wasn't like Peyton Manning, and then Sean Payton just happened to be coaching him. Like Drew Brees got better.
I think Drew Brees.
And I don't know if it's because of him. I'm not that far, but
before the Chargers grabbed Phillip Rivers, I think Drew Brees was a decent quarterback.
Decent, right? No, that's what I'm saying. He was decent. That's what I'm saying. But I don't think people looked at him like he wasn't. It wasn't like he was ready made. Is what I'm saying. That's my point. So all right. Well, why don't we jump into halftime and we'll come back and discuss some other NFL updates and news, and we'll be back on the other side on Live by the 3 Sports Podcast on the Evening Rush Network.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Chrissy, here to let you know that the Evening Rush Network now has an app. Yes, an app, you guys. So you can stay connected on the go and watch all your favorite podcast shows. You can download the app at Google Play Store or Apple iTunes. So spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Also, if you're looking to start a podcast and really don't know how, well, hit us up at the Evening Rush Network at gmail.com and inquire about time slots, pricings, and everything you may need to get started. We got you. Join the winning team, the Evening Rush Network. And also, download that app. What are you waiting for? Get to it.
All right, we are back live by the 3 Sports Podcast on the Evening Rush Network. It's Coach Matt with Tyler and Zabe. So, Ty, I'm going to start with you on this question because you were a professional athlete. So I'm going to get your perspective on this, and I'm going to read 5 names to you, okay? Got Joe Burrow from the Bengals. Got Jalen Ramsey from the Dolphins. Cooper Kupp from the Rams. Kadarius Toney from the Chiefs. And Donovan Wilson, the safety from the Cowboys. Okay. All 5 of those guys are starters on teams that have Super Bowl playoff, intentions, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a narrative out there that goes around about, starters shouldn't play in the preseason. Starters shouldn't play in this preseason. Don't let them play. They're going to get hurt. This, that, and the third. But dudes is getting hurt in practice. And nobody's saying don't practice, right? Obviously, everybody knows you need to practice, but it's like this narrative that guys shouldn't play in the games because it seems like people make it like it's some increased chance of them getting hurt. But as we can see, and this is just this year so far, dudes get hurt without the games, without preseason games. So from your perspective as a former pro, what is your perspective on preseason games? Are they necessary to get yourself ready and stuff like that before you hit the regular season? And then do you think starters and guys of that magnitude should play? Maybe not the whole game, but play it all. What's your perspective on that?
I think it depends on the level that you're at.
Okay.
I know you can get hurt in practice, but I know practice is controlled, so to speak. In the games, it's more, people are trying to win positions, people are trying to make a name for themselves.
Right.
It just depends. Like a Joe Burrow, he really don't need to what is he going to do? What is it going to do for him?
Well, like Zave said, they just got a new offensive line that they put together, right? They got a new offensive line, so they have Super Bowl aspirations. So you want your offensive line to be working. So even that, they may not be playing their new offensive line starters in the preseason, and you don't play Joe Burrow. So now you want all of this to mesh. You want all of this to come together week one, because you can't afford to slip up, because you're trying to win divisions. You're trying to get home field advantage in the playoffs and all of that. But then the narrative is, well, just wrap everybody in bubble tape and just keep them ready for the games. But then I'm looking at it, dude is getting hurt. Dolphins go out to get Jalen Ramsey to make their defense better, right? So they can contend for the AFC East, try to get to the deep run in the playoffs and all that. Dude gets hurt in practice. So it's like, this whole narrative of, don't let the starters play and just play the backups. And I get that backups you want to play to see who you're going to keep on the roster, that type of stuff. But I just don't. And I'm sure maybe there's some math and some analytics out there that can show, if there's a percentage of guys getting hurt in preseason games or whatever. But I'm just saying, to me, the risk of the people talking about the risk of guys getting hurt, I'm like, it's football. Dudes is getting hurt anyway. So what difference does it make?
I would feel better with someone getting hurt in practice other than the preseason game, because preseason games don't really mean nothing but just to get reps for other people, so you can look and see how they perform in certain situations. So you might get a series in, but just to get a couple of reps. But other than that, it's like, what are y'all really doing out there?
Okay. So, but did you feel okay? So when you were playing, and so you started off as a rookie, and then you got to vet status as you continue to play. So did you feel that before the games counted, like once it was just practice and you were good, and then you could just go off? Or did you feel like you wanted some live action against somebody else?
No, I didn't. Preseason, just let's get through these games so we get to the real games. You know what I'm saying? Those are just practice games.
Right.
I mean, essentially they're practice games. So it's like, let me just get through here. Let me just chill. Let the people play who they need to play. You turn it on when you need to turn it on.
Okay, that's fair.
Do you play your star players a lot in the preseason?
Absolutely. Okay. And now basketball is different from, I'm trying to figure out different things and stuff like that. And I want to see them against another team besides just practicing against ourselves. I want to see which groups work, which don't, against somebody else. So yeah, I play, now I'll play it evenly for so if we play 3 preseason games, the first one I'm gonna try to play everybody even minutes. The second one I'm gonna make it a little bit closer, and then the last one I'm gonna make it a little bit closer to how the rotation is going. Mm-hmm. But football is a different beast from basketball, and I get it. I get it. Say with the quarterbacks, right? And even I know what you're saying about the control. Like a dude's necessarily not going to tackle somebody in practice the way he might tackle somebody in a game. Like you might try to body slam a dude in the game, as opposed you're not necessarily going to do that to your teammate. I get that, but a lot of this stuff is non-contact. You know what I mean? Jalen Ramsey's injury was non-contact. Burrow, like I said, he got the red jersey on. They can't touch him. Got hurt anyway. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like now, even if they said that, like, okay, for the quarterbacks, like they put the red jersey on the quarterbacks of the preseason game. I don't know. But then even then, they don't do the they may not play in the preseason games, but then all these teams do the inter squad practices. Mm-hmm. So then it's like the same thing. Now again, they still wear the red jersey, so the quarterback doesn't get hit. But now the only difference is less fans. You still got 2 teams playing against each other.
But I think the difference might be with that is that you have starters going against starters, right?
Right.
As opposed to playing in the preseason when you might have second or third or fourth string position players on against starters. So the level of like if I'm a starter on defense, I know I'm not gonna go too wild on this dude because who he is. You know what I'm saying? But when you're trying to make a team, it's like, yo.
But that's if both teams aren't doing the same thing though.
Yeah,
but
most times in the like I'm looking now, they don't got their starters.
No, they don't. I know, and that's a thing. I get it.
But if you have Aaron Rodgers out there, what is he doing out there right now?
But my thing would be, now I'm not stupid. I don't want Aaron Rodgers getting tackled by Myles Garrett right now. I'm not that crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that, but I am saying that he's a new quarterback coming in. He's never played with this center before in live action. He's never played with this offensive line before in live action. It's new position, it's new guys all across the line. I would like for them to play together to get in sync so we can beat Buffalo week 1.
So I was maybe they might need to play the second to last game.
That's
game. Mm-hmm. But not like the first, second, like
I get it philosophically, but my thing is like, dude, Garrett Wilson got hurt in practice. He's our best wide receiver. Twists his ankle in practice. So, and he's out. Now, luckily it wasn't a bad ankle sprain. They say he'll be practicing again on Friday, right? But it's just like, yo, he got hurt in practice. So what's the difference?
Because it's acceptable to get hurt in practice. If he got hurt in the game, it's like, yo, why he playing? You got to deal with all that backlash, and it's kind of like, why is he
right? No, I get that, because the narrative has been created that you shouldn't play these guys in preseason games because of the risk of injury. But then my thing is, every time I turn on the ticker, somebody else got hurt in practice anyway. That's all I'm saying. Zay, what's your thoughts?
Honestly, I like how the old structure was. Like, it was 4 preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first couple ones you play, and you let the rookies play, obviously, because they're trying to make the team. Yep. Then that's when they start making cuts. Mm-hmm. But then I think the third and the fourth preseason game was kind of like the dress rehearsal for the offense and defense. So that's them getting – I mean, like I said, you take Aaron Rodgers. He don't play the whole preseason game. How is he going to be week 1? Is he going to play good because he didn't, actually get those full game reps in? I mean, because practice, like you said, practice ain't the same. They're not going to let you tackle the quarterback. Right. I mean, he can go out there. He can see pressure, contact. He going to see everything, like, week 4 against the starters. I mean, like I said, that's just how it used to be. I think that layout and structure was good. You know what I mean? Because preseason is basically for the rookies anyways, so they going to make the team or not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they should get the
players that you sign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they got to make the roster cuts, and you want to see who sticks and who, and then it gives you a chance to look at some other teams, young guys. If you're trying to build, you cut some of your guys, and then maybe bring somebody in. I get all that. I get it.
Because I got Aaron Rodgers. This is a topic, but last year when you had Zach Wilson, you didn't even care about that.
Zach playing now?
He's playing. No. Oh, no.
Care about
no. Well, see, now here's the thing. I wanted him now, but see, here's where it does come back. I thought he needed to be out there. He needed the reps. To me, he needed it.
Come on,
but
there's levels. He don't need no reps.
But
rookie reps. You talking about Aaron Rodgers or Wilson?
No. I'm talking about Zach Wilson.
He
needed. That's what I'm saying. He needed all the reps, but he got hurt playing in the preseason game. So now I get it why, you know what I'm saying? Like, from a, self-preservation standpoint, that happens to you once. You're like, okay, yeah, last time we had our quarterback out there in the preseason, he got hurt. So yeah, we don't want that to repeat that mistake and have it happen again. But again, he got hurt non-contact. It wasn't that somebody else hit him. He tried to run, he scrambled, and then he tried to juke somebody and ended up twisting his knee, and then he missed the first 2-3 weeks of the season. You know what I mean? So again, I just, I get it. I understand the rationale, but I'm just questioning and again, the NFL is a multiple billion-dollar industry. So I'm sure they have people researching this to look at it like, okay, what's the percentage of guys getting hurt in preseason, maybe in the past versus practice? And they look at and they analyze it. I would assume that they do, but I haven't heard that research. It just seems like it's just like this mentality of don't play starters because you don't want anybody to get hurt. And you hear the fans say it too, but it's just like I said, I just turned on the ticker. Oh, Joe Burrow limping, non-contact injury. Jalen Ramsey out, knee surgery, torn meniscus. Cooper Kupp out. Kadarius Toney from the Chiefs, their best receiver coming back, out. And it's just like, and they didn't even get to the inter squad practices yet, practicing against another team. So it's like, I get the mentality, but I'm just like, are we really thinking about this? Like, this stuff is happening. You know what I mean? I see you repping your Dipset t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what's up. I would check those guys. Those guys' podcast. Just on a side note, that's off the hook. Yeah, I got to check out the new one. Them guys are good. Props to Cam and Mace.
Good job.
Props to Cam and Mace. But yeah, that's that's just that's my opinion. So I don't have it on T. What's it looking like over there?
3 Jets. Jets got the ball, 3rd and 5.
Okay.
Zach Wilson.
He didn't get the first. It's 1st and 10. It's 2nd down right now.
4th and 5th. Oh, you behind?
I guess so. How many minutes left for you?
26 seconds.
Yeah, it's 1:34 over here.
Oh.
So there I don't even know what else we got going on in the preseason. What's the next games that's going to be coming on that's televised?
Let's see.
The floodgates are open on the 13th, I think.
Who's that?
No, I'm saying more. Oh no, is it any more games? No, on Sunday is it any games?
The 9th.
I don't know. I know this one was a full week early. I don't know when the next ones are.
Next Thursday.
You said next Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sunday are the remainder games.
Yeah. Thursday and Friday. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
He got good time in the pocket. Okay. All right. No, that's
your boys play on they play Houston next week, Tyler.
Yeah. So light
work.
What for Houston?
Houston is light work.
No, hey, them boys gonna be. I mean, that was the last division in the AFC. Was that one?
Man, y'all play
Houston, Jacksonville, the Colts, and what was the last team?
Y'all only got one preseason, or y'all played San Fran?
No, we played San Fran.
You going to that game?
Hell no. Nah.
That's nice. So y'all now. So Todd, did the Patriots come out that way? Or is the game when they play? Is it in Foxborough? Because y'all
say that again.
The Broncos Patriots. Where's that game at?
Broncos Patriots.
Because we should have the same. Because we play them week 5, so y'all should be playing them. Our game's in Denver though.
I don't know. Broncos Patriots. Gotta look that up. Oh, we played them. That's.
It's in Denver or it's in New England?
New Year's Christmas Eve.
In Denver.
Patriots at Broncos.
Okay. All right. Should get some ticks. Check your man out.
Yeah, I might go get some ticks, check them out, see what they do.
All right.
So what CJ gonna do in the preseason, y'all?
Mac Jones, he's recruiting Zeke Elliott. We didn't ask you, Todd. What were your thoughts on Zeke Elliott? So you got mad at me because I said, my thing about Belichick. But what's your opinion on Zeke Elliott possibly going to the Patriots? How you feel about it?
I like it. I ain't too happy with Juju, Smith over there, but it is what it is. He got them 8 rings for something. I like Ezekiel. I don't think he got a fair shot in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be, appreciated in New England.
Yeah, the Belichick like running the ball. That's for sure. Yeah, he'll get his touches. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He need him, with the quarterback play. But that's that's another story.
And that'll make Matt Jones a better quarterback because they ain't gonna be able to crowd the box.
That's true. Okay. All right. So we did the NFL thing. So sports really, it's kind of quiet except for the NFL going on. But we did have we had it was supposed to be a mega fight, but it turned out to not be a mega fight. You had Errol Spence versus Terrence Bud Crawford, and it was supposed to be a mega fight. Two undefeated fighters, unanimous champs in their both weight classes. I think Spence went down to fight Crawford. He went lower down to his weight, and it was a very, very, very lopsided fight. Unfortunately, it was unfortunate for Spence, and I can't say if you're a boxing fan you got too much out of it, at least from my perspective, because it was very one-sided, very one-sided. So yeah. Zave, did you get a chance to check it out? Did you see it? What'd you think?
Like I say, I think he been dodging Bud for a while, and I think so he probably has some doubt himself. But I think like I was saying, I think his accident kind of slowed his reaction down. Like he just ain't what he used to be. Spence ain't what he used to be.
Yeah, it was because I don't think anybody predicted it to be that lopsided. Like, you could pick who you think is going to win, but it was super lopsided, man. And it was.
They were saying it was supposed to be 50-50.
Yeah. But that's these dudes. I hate to get on the soapbox, man, but these dudes got to be careful. And I get it, man. You got money and you got a Lambo and you trying to push it, see if you can do $150, I guess, on the city street. You know what I mean? I don't know why you just wouldn't, Vegas got racetracks. I don't know why you wouldn't just take the Lambo on the racetrack if you're trying to do $150. But, I get it. You know what I mean? I get it, but then I don't get it, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? And, he obviously still made a lot of money and, he's had success in his career and he still fought fights after that. So, it's, but if that is the reason why he got outclassed the way he did, then that's it's a shame, period. But I don't know. There's probably no way to stop that type of stuff from happening. It's not like because I know you could say, oh, why don't he get a driver? But being in the back or the passenger seat of of the Lambo.
Let me ask you: if you had a Lambo, would you be doing? Would you try to push it to 150?
Not on the street. Not on the street. He wasn't even on the highway. He was in the street. It's one thing if you got like listen, full disclosure, I've hit a buck before, but it wasn't on the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I was on the highway and I was just like, you know what, let me just try this one time. You know what I mean?
I can't say that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was on my house, I'm opening it up.
It's like this. It's like what's my man that played for the Raiders that did it?
Ruggs, retarded ass.
What was his
Henry
name?
Ruggs,
right. He did it. Yo, you're in the street, my man. Like I said, I'm not condoning to say it's okay to do it on the highway, but yo, you're on the street, my man. Like it's what I mean. It ain't like you on a highway and it's 2-3 o'clock in the morning. There ain't no trucks out there, nobody out there, and you just like, you know what? Let me just turn up one time, bang, and just try it. All right. I'm not saying that's correct, but I mean, you're gonna do it on a city street? Like, come on, man. like what are we doing? On the strip, the strip ain't never vacant. No. That's his. And I forget where Spence was, but I want to say I think he's from somewhere else, but I don't think it was. I think
Spence.
Yeah, he's from.
I think it's Houston.
You're right, but was the accident in? I don't remember. The accident was in. Okay. Again, you in a major metropolis. You're on the street. And I'm like, come on, man. Listen, I did a buck in a Honda Accord. So if I had a Lambo, I did it in the Accord. So of course I did it. If I had a Lambo, I'm trying to hit that, but not on the, maybe. Now, actually, let me take that back because I think when I did it, I think I was on the West Side Highway.
I wouldn't even have a Lambo because
I think I was on the West Side Highway when I did it.
Tyler, where was you at when you hit
wasn't the street though? What's that?
I said, I asked Tyler, I said, where was he at when he pushed 100 in my car? I know you did it.
No, I actually did.
You didn't?
Man, I don't play with cars, yo.
I would have did the shit if it was your car.
You know what? When I got in the car, when we went to the airport, I was like, damn, why I ain't do this? When you opened it up, I was like, damn, all this time I ain't do this?
Should have tried it.
I don't play with cars like that because motorcycles, fast cars, I stay away.
Yeah. I've never done the motorcycle thing. I never even tried. I've never.
Because I know it's just certain things. It's like motorcycles, you got to go fast. Like
that's a rush. You get a rush.
Yeah, you got to.
I've never even been on a motorcycle when it was still with it off. I've never even tried. I never even sat on. No.
Man, I used to go to work. I used to go to work and open it up on my motorcycle, and I went to the gas station. They had the gravel on the ground, and I remember coming out the thing and it slid sideways, busted my whole knee up. I sold that damn thing after that. I'm glad.
Man, that's serious, man. Now, so what do y'all think? Do you think, so we could talk about that for a little bit. So obviously, these dudes got money. They have, that's a big part of it. They got the money, and some, while they're young, they feel invincible. Now you got the technology. You have all these different options these guys have. They got the Sprinter vans, the luxury vans they can go around in. You got Ubers, you got all this, but dudes are still, getting caught up with cars and doing this stuff. Do you think it's just, it doesn't matter, like they're gonna do it anyway, no matter what you have in place to to try to help them out and not get into these situations? Is it gonna happen regardless?
Yeah,
that's that's unfortunate. Listen, because look, he took a chance, right? And again, he's still a good fighter. He's made a lot of money in his life. This is the first fight that he's lost in his professional career. There's no shame in that, but he really hurt his legacy with the way he went out in that fight.
Well, not necessarily, because they said that he had no business fighting at all.
To come, I get that. Okay, I get
no business. And for what I heard is that Crawford been ducking that dude for years.
No, Spence was ducking.
But they both accuse each other of ducking because Pence is Crawford is a natural 147 dude, right? And Spence was fighting 150, 154. So it was always
he was fighting at 155. Yeah, 155, huh?
Right. So it was always that catch weight, oh, you come up, no, you come down, you come up. You know what I'm saying? It was always that, that little game right there of dudes in the the weight classes that are right next to each other, and then you try to find a catch weight and all of that, so that's what Spence wasn't talking about the accident. He was just saying he didn't make excuses. I give him credit. He didn't say, oh, it was because of the weight. He said, yeah, I'm not 100% comfortable at this weight, but I'm not going to make excuses.
Yeah, you got to train differently when you're trying to come down. It's harder to come down than go up.
Yeah, for sure. Or, but even going up, some dudes don't carry the weight well, and they, their speed or whatever is not the same, when they go up in weight class. So, you're always going to have that in boxing, Do you, because you talked about even rematch. Do you think it's not as worth it? There's the rematch clauses in the contract. Do you think the interest would still be there because, it's still two really good fighters, and maybe people might want to say, can Spence come back, to look better than he did in the first fight? Or do you think it was so lopsided that the interest won't be there like that?
Man, I just think in general, I think you got two supreme fighters. I think it's going to generate, revenue anyways. So I think people going to watch it. It could be something where everybody betting on Bud and he disappointed everybody and knock him out. Yeah. So I think it probably could go a different way depending on where they fight at. If he gonna come up to 155,
right? Well, see, that's
at 147,
right? And that's what Spence was saying in the interview. He was saying that he would like to he came down for this fight at 147, so he would like to try to fight it at his weight, have Bud come up. But the reality is, in a negotiation, after you take an L like that, how much, how much leverage do you really have to put that demand on it? You know what I'm saying?
Give the money up. You got to get the money up for that.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying if Crawford's holding all the cards because of the way the fight went, and what incentive does he have to make that concession if it's not to his advantage? You would say, on a straight up and down, man to man, yeah, I'll fight you anyway, but once the trainers and the promoters get involved and they're like, hold up now. Hold up.
Shit. Hey, if somebody told you 70-30 split, would you take it? If you knew that you just dominated him and he offered you 70-30 split, you wouldn't go up?
I don't know how he feels physically. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. Like, for me, 7 pounds. I could gain 7 pounds tomorrow. I wouldn't know the difference. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But at boxing, being that size, I don't know how much, obviously it's an effect because dudes don't like to do it. But
I think you go up. If he went up, he probably loses speed.
Right.
Going down, you lose power. So
right.
It's kind of like one of them.
I mean, and it's anecdotal evidence, whatever you want to call it, because that last knockdown in the fight, Spence hit him with a really good shot, caught him right behind the ear. It was like if you was on paper, you were like, damn, he really caught him. But Crawford took it, counter punch down, bang, hit him. Pretty much. It didn't end the fight, but for all intents and purposes, it was the third knockdown. So Spence, he hit him hard. At least it looked like he caught him good. Crawford just took it right behind the ear, counter punch, put him on his back third time. So, if maybe he did lose the power, with the going down in weight, so. All right, fellas. Well, this was a good show. Zay, appreciate you coming through, man. Just, sharing your NFL wisdom with us. Maybe you want to, if you can make it, come back next week and go through the NFC. Does that work for you?
Man, I'm with it.
Just, all right. Okay. All right. I appreciate it, man. So yeah, T, you got anything to sign off? You good?
Go Jets.
Let's go. Let's do it. I like that. We're gonna end the show on that. Jets. Let's do it. 6-0 right now. Preseason game. First, we starting off the year right. So on behalf of Tyler and Zay, this is Coach Matt on another episode of Live by the 3 Sports Podcast. We'll catch y'all next week. Enjoy.
Peace.
Later.